It's a great day to crochet.
Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. It has been a while since I've been on, so I have a lot of things to show you. I'm not going to show you any works in progress this time. I do have some acquisitions, I have some finished objects, and so I'll just show you what I've been doing lately. Life got really busy for the past few months, and I just kind of thought, I just want to take a break from YouTube. I just hadn't been watching any videos. I haven't been putting any videos up probably for at least a month, maybe a little bit longer. But sometimes you just need a break. I needed to spend some time with my family, my husband, my daughter moved, so we helped them move, and just things just got really busy. So it was good to have a break. I had a few people that emailed or messaged, thinking, what's going on? Well, I'm great. Everything is great. But I do have a lot of things I want to show you, so let's get going. First, I'm going to show you a couple of things that I received from others. I'm going to start with, my birthday was back in December, and I wanted to show you a quilt that my sister made for me. My husband and I love to go camping, and so she made me this quilt that has these camper fabric, and it's super cute. And then the back side has camping in the forest, in the mountains. So I love it, and it's just kind of a lapgan size, perfect to take in the camper when we go camping and it gets a little chilly. So thank you to my sister. And she also has a YouTube channel called Susan's Country Livin'. You can go check her out. I'll put the link down below. She does cooking and canning, and she's got bees, and she crochets. So she just has a big variety. She has chickens, so you just never know what she's gonna do. Another thing that I received, it's been a while, but Reggie at J Hook Crochet had I think it was a game show live session, and she's doing her Yarniversity series. If you haven't checked that out, you should go subscribe to her and check that out. She has so many great ideas. She's so knowledgeable, and she's going through and teaching about all these different techniques and different things. So check her out. So I won a prize, and of course, if any of you know Reggie, she lives in Germany. It takes a while for the mail to get here. So it took a while for this to get here, but it finally did. So I'm so excited. Thank you, Reggie, for sending this prize to me. She has a little, congratulations, you're a winner. Enjoy your prize. And the thing that I won was the, let's see, Dyer Wolf, and it is the Drink Me set, and it is, I think it's a subscription, and they're all hat subscriptions, so you get the yarn for a hat and a pom-pom or something. So this is the Alice in Wonderland, a Gothic retelling Drink Me, and then you can see all the information about that. So, ooh, this yarn is so pretty. I hadn't taken it out of the bag when I got it. So this is a fallish color, which is really pretty, and it has this pom-pom to go with it. So yeah, thank you for my winnings, Reggie, and thank you for offering all of those great prizes. Ooh, this was a stitch marker that comes with it that is a little, I'm going to take it out of the plastic bubble wrap. It's a little Drink Me. I don't know if you can see that. Little Drink Me stitch marker. So cute. And it's got all the information for who made that with their Etsy shop. I'll put all that down below. I'll link it below, so if you wanted to check it out, you could. Oh, and she put some tea in there for me. This is chai tea. Tim Hortons chai tea. Awesome. Reggie knows I like tea. There's a special kind that I like that she got me hooked on. So that is that. Okay, I placed a WEBS order. I don't know if you know Kim from Affordably Crafty and Sherry from Sherry K's Crochet. I'll link both of their channels down below. They did a meetup at the WEBS store, and I'm really jealous because I've ordered yarn from WEBS a while back. It's yarn.com, but I want to go and I want to feel all their yarn and see all their yarn in person because they have such a huge warehouse store. I think it would be like a yarn lover's dream to get to go there. But I did place an order of some things, and both Petra and I, Petra from Petra's Happy Place, we were texting back and forth and talking about what we wanted to order. And I told her that once I placed this order, I was not going to order any more yarn until I got my projects done. And I haven't ordered any more yarn. I did go to a little local yarn shop. I'll show you what I got a little bit later. But I haven't ordered any more yarn online, and I'm trying to keep my vow to not order any more yarn online until I get some projects finished. So this is one of my projects that I made with some of the yarn that I got from WEBS. This is, okay, so Crafty used to sell yarn and kits, and I loved the Crafty kits and yarn. Their yarn was the Cloudborn brand. Well, Crafty went out of business. It had changed to Blueprint. They quit selling yarn and other things, and so Crafty came back, but they only do the streaming. I really miss their products. But I did find that WEBS, they must have bought their yarn, not all of it, but they must have bought a lot of their Cloudborn yarn and some of their kits, but you can find it on their website. And so I ordered, that is the Pima cotton yarn. And when you first get it, let me see, I don't know if I have any. I have my other 2 hanks. I ordered 4 hanks of the Pima yarn, and I'll have the information down below. That poncho, and I'll have that pattern linked below too. It took a little bit more than 2 hanks of the Pima cotton yarn. And when I first felt of it, it didn't seem super soft, but when you work with it, it softens up. But I really like the way that poncho turned out. So I was excited. So that was one project from the yarn that I got. Okay, and then this is one of their kits that they have, this little succulent kit. And isn't it cute? So you can see the different types of succulents. Now, this little cactus didn't have the yarn sticking out like I did it. It was different. You were supposed to do like little cross-stitch X's, but I wanted it to really look more like cactus spines. And so I just threaded the yarn through with a needle and clipped it off, and it's looking kind of spiky. So yeah, this was a fun little kit. Now, this was one of the Crafty kits, and I'm going to show you what all came in it. So I think it is on clearance. If you go to their clearance section of the WEBS website, I think it's $30, regular $70. I think that's how much it is. So this is what you get in that kit. It comes with this card, and it used to have the step-by-step help with the projects at the blueprint.com website, but that's no longer in existence. But this tells you what all comes in the kit. So first of all, you get this big bag of polyfill. Like, that's a lot of polyfill. And you can see that I didn't really use that much in the project. So you get that big bag of polyfill. Then you get this bag of poly pellets, and you can see, like, I still have plenty. I have plenty of polyfill and plenty of pellets that if I wanted to make another kit, there would be plenty if I wanted to make another one of the little gardens. Then it has this yarn, which is this is the Sprightly yarn, and it's one of Crafty's brands of yarn. So this is the color that you make the little pot out of, and I'm pretty sure there's enough to make another pot. And then you get some little minis. This is a 100-gram skein of, it has wool in it, but not very much. It's the acrylic wool worsted, and it has 77% acrylic, 20% wool, and 3% viscose. So that 100-gram skein comes in there, and then you get 6 different 50-gram skeins of the Sprightly acrylic worsted, which doesn't have any wool in it, and you get it in all the colors that you need to make all of those different little succulents. And I'm pretty sure there's probably enough to make another one of those kits. So that's a lot of yarn, polyfill, poly pellets, and they give you the crochet hook that you need, and they give you the bent tip needles that you need. You get everything in that kit that you need to make that little garden. And it's just so cute. Another yarn that I got in that same shipment is this merino silk tweed. And this is the Queensland collection yarn. And let's see if I can get it close, see if it'll come into focus. And you can see it's tweedy. I only got one ball. This ball is a 100-gram ball. It's 50% merino lamb's wool, 25% silk, and 25% polyamide. So I like the burgundy colors, and I wanted to see if this was going to be a soft yarn or scratchy or what. Just kind of like to test out yarns to see if I like them. So this one is okay. This is more of a rustic-y feeling yarn, like the silk in it is more of a raw silk, not so much, you know, the super, super soft silk. But it is a nice yarn. I think if I were to make a scarf, that it would feel good around my neck. So I got that. And then I kind of wasn't happy with this Noro yarn when I got it, and I think Petra had gotten some of this also. This is one of those that we both got. I got 2 of them thinking I'm gonna get 2 of these, and they were on sale. I think they were half of what they normally are, which each one of these I think was $22. I don't spend that much money on yarn that often, but I really, really wanted the Noro yarn to try. This Noro yarn is 35% viscose, 35% cotton, 10% wool, and 20% silk. And the silk in here is more like a raw silk. I mean, it's not bad. I did take a little sample of it, and I made a little swatch, and I threw it in the washing machine and the dryer just to see how it would act. And it did soften up a little bit, and if you take a look at it, you can see that it doesn't look too bad. I did a little bit of crochet, a little bit of knit, just so that I could see how it turned out. I'll probably make a top. That's initially what I wanted it for, was to make a summer top. So yeah, you know, Petra was, when she got hers, she was ready to call them and send it back. But then I can't remember which YouTuber she was going through all this yarn that she had bought, talking about things she was going to be making, and this was one of the yarns that she had. So we were kind of surprised. But yeah, we're kind of waiting to see what she makes with hers. I might go ahead and make something with mine, just because I knew I wanted to make a summer top. So those were my WEBS purchases. I think I got one more. Yes, I did. I got one more thing. I already had purchased this sock yarn. This is the Cloudborn Merino Superwash Sock Twist Tiny Stripe. So I had already gotten this yarn, and so I wanted some yarn to match it so that I could make some socks and do like solid color heels, solid color cuffs, and these go along really, really well. This is the color 38-001 for the stripe, and this is the color 10-101. And so you can find, and then this is Merino Superwash Sock Twist. So sock twist, tiny stripe. So they do have coordinating colors for whatever they have in stock. I love this yarn. I really, just about every single Cloudborn yarn that I've gotten, I love. And it's one of those yarns where if you don't buy it now, it's going to be gone. Since Crafty's out of business, they're not making Cloudborn yarn. But you know, there's a lot of yarn out there where two different companies sell the same exact yarn. They label it differently, so you can probably find some of the same content. In fact, segueing into my next thing, my next acquisitions, my daughter and her husband ended up moving to Florida. So I went into a local yarn shop down there and I got some yarn on sale and then some yarn not on sale. So segueing from my sock yarn from Cloudborn to this sock yarn, this is the Cascade yarn sock yarn, and it feels very, very similar to the Cloudborn. And this is a 75% superwash merino wool, 25% nylon, and then this is 80% superwash merino wool and 20% polyamide, which I think polyamide and nylon are pretty much the same thing. This is twisted really, really tightly in this hank. This one's twisted not so tightly, so it feels a little bit squishier, but it's very, very similar. I would almost say that this Cloudborn is a little bit softer, but this is going to make some really cool, funky, striped socks if I knit them. Well, it'll probably be striped if I crochet them. I've never crocheted any socks before. I've only knitted socks before, so I don't know. Maybe I'll crochet some socks. It'll still be striped, but if you're a knitter or you know anything about knitting, your stripes are going to be longer because it takes up less yarn. Your stitches are a little bit smaller. Of course, you would probably do mostly single crochets to make your crocheted socks. But anyway, yeah, these are going to make some really fun socks, and that's what I like to knit on during the summer because it's not such a big project and it doesn't make you so hot sitting in your lap. So that's one of my acquisitions that I got at the local yarn shop where I was. And then I also got this yarn. This was on 40% off. This is Solca Legato by Mirasol. That's the brand of it. And this is a 60% wool, 20% alpaca, and 20% silk. And it's a #1 superfine. And I decided to make this boomerang shawl. And so this is crocheted. And it's really light. So I think it's going to be a nice shawl to wrap around, like for springtime. Let's see if this will work. I'm not really good at this, but anyway, this is a nice light just for a chilly night. But I just wanted something. Most of my shawls are pretty heavy, but I just wanted something lightweight, and I really like the way this turned out. I'll link the pattern below. It does have a really, like, this is where you start at this end. I think it's not really meant for a 1-weight yarn. I think it's meant for maybe a 2 or 3. I can't remember what the pattern shows, but look how long that is to get to, and you're working it like this was my very last row to do here. So that makes a pretty good point. But yeah, but this end, you wrap it around and around. So I had never made one of those types of scarves before, so I kind of wanted to try it. And this scarf is made out of rows of half double crochets and then just double crochet, chain one, double crochet, what do you call those, kind of a grid stitch where it's open, makes it open and airy, and it's really lightweight and it's nice and squishy. So those were the things that I had gotten at the local yarn shop in Florida. So the last thing I wanted to show you is my necklace that I made, and this is a necklace by Kristin Omdahl, and she has a tutorial. So a while back I had bought one of her mystery bags, and it came with all these colors of Be So Fine, and each one, it's not a huge amount, and it's perfect for making these necklaces. But here's my bag. I was going to take out all of my bead things. Here's my bag that I got with all the different colors. So I have a gold, a green, a silver, a pink, and a coral salmon color, orangey. I made a gold one, which goes great with a blue jean jacket because of the stitching on it is kind of this gold color, so it goes great with that. And then this salmon goes good with pretty much anything. But I bought these different tubes of beads to go with them. I think she has a kit for sale on her website with crystal beads, and I believe, I can't remember if it's $30 or $40 for the whole kit. So I just went to Michael's and got these beads. These are, I guess the size of them is that 6/0. Those are a pretty good size. I think these green ones that I got are really too small because they say they're 8/0. I probably, because I bought those to go with this green color, I'll probably go ahead and try it. It's got some turquoise-ish. I'll go ahead and try it and see how it turns out. But this one that I have is pretty lightweight. This Be So Fine yarn is a very lightweight yarn. So yeah, this is the Kristin Omdahl pattern, and it's really easy. You just thread all of your beads, and she tells you it's 240 beads, so you thread all your beads onto your yarn, then you start chaining, and she'll tell you how many chains to make, and then you make a chain with a bead, and then you just keep on going. But she has a whole video on a tutorial of this necklace. Now, Tracy at ILoveLoopy, she makes these necklaces, but I think she does them similar, but she does them different. And I wanted to use this yarn to make those necklaces, and so I compared it to her necklace. I like her necklace a lot better. And I don't know what kind of yarn she uses, but her yarn is just a little bit heavier, and it just seems like it hangs a little bit better. But the Be So Fine yarn is really nice yarn too. So, and Tracy, she has an Etsy shop I'll link below. She doesn't charge enough for her necklaces. So if you have not bought a necklace from Tracy, you need to head on over to her Etsy shop and grab one of those from her because they're awesome. I love them. Okay, so back in February, pretty much the whole state of Texas had a freeze. And so I'm down in the Houston area, and of course, when things freeze down here, we're not really ready for it. We're not used to that kind of weather. So of course, our whole grid in the state just wasn't up to par, and they had to do the rolling blackouts. Some of us didn't have power for days, which I'm thankful. We have a camper, so we have a couple of generators, so that kept us going with the refrigerator, and we had our space heater, and then we have our fireplace we were running. So yeah, there wasn't really a whole lot to do, so I made a bunch of polymer clay hooks. So I crocheted and I made hooks, and I wanted to show you some of the hooks I made. Now, I'm not an expert. I am not going to sell these on Etsy or anywhere else. I know Brenda, the newbie crocheter, she does make the polymer clay hooks, and hers are much, much better than mine. I'm sure she does them the right way, but I was just having fun. I bought a whole set of these cheap crochet hooks on Amazon, and so I just started playing around. I got the whole set of polymer clay on Amazon, and I'll link all that below if you want to take a look at it. But I was just playing around, and it's a lot of fun, and I think they're fun, and they came out cool. So I don't know the size of them. I have them all written down, but I haven't written on the hook what the sizes are, but they come in millimeters. So anyway, I'm going to just go through and kind of show you the designs that I did, and you know, it's just a lot of fun to do crafts and things like that. So this is one of the hooks, and you can see that I did some swirlies, and then I put little kiss on top. So that is one of them with the purple. And then here's another one that is a tiny crochet hook. And so I did some more swirls, but then I also did some black and white on there just for a little contrast. This one is supposed to be kind of giraffe-ish. I don't know, I kind of got into putting the little kisses on the top because I didn't know what to do. I thought, well, that can be my little signature. Like I said, I'm not going to sell them, but something fun to have a consistent thing. This one is kind of blueberry. I love this one. It's got some black and white in it too. I tried to make this one look like beach balls, so I think that's kind of fun. This is a larger hook. And then here's another one with some neon colors. And then I tried to get a little fancy. I have no techniques. I don't know all the fancy stuff. But anyway, I like peacocks, so I thought I'm going to try to make one with a peacock feather. So this is what I came up with. I think it's fun. It's not perfect, but hey, it's just a lot of fun. I hope that that's coming in, focusing in. Some of those might not have been focused in on any of them. And then I thought I'd really get fancy and make one that looks like a sea turtle, because where we go camping on the beach is down at Padre Island National Seashore. A lot of sea turtles go up on shore and lay their eggs, and so I made this little sea turtle on the beach, and then at the top I tried to make a little conch shell, and then I put a little hook or little eyelet thing, and I made a stitch marker with a little matching shell. So can you see that? Just kind of playing around. I don't know if it's coming in focus or not. I can't tell. Anyway, I just thought that was fun. I wanted to do something different and just kind of play around with that. Now, I will tell you that if you want some real fancy crochet hooks made out of polymer clay, you need to go to Sienna's Boutique, because she has amazing hooks. I'm going to link her down below. There's a couple that I bought from her. So this one has different sweets on it. Look at that bundt cake. Isn't that cute? And then she has the little stitch markers that go with them. This has a bundt cake stitch marker. It's in a project right now. And then I also got a bubblegum machine one. And this one, the stitch marker is a little coin. So cute. And her, I got a J hook and an I hook, and her smoothness, her designs are awesome. She has a lot of Disney character ones. You have got to check her out. I'm going to link her down below. The prices vary. I think these were around $25 a piece. When I started making these, I thought $25 for these hooks are amazingly cheap. Like the detail in these, who knows how long or how quickly she can make these, but when you have details like this, and they're so good, $25 to me is cheap. So these are a lot of fun. I will probably still order some more from her, even though it's fun to make them. Yeah, mine are okay, but I didn't smooth them out. They're just kind of bumpy and lumpy, but that's okay. They're fun. They're fun to make. So if you've never tried to make any of those polymer clay hooks, try it out. It's a lot of fun. All right, well, that's all for me today. Hopefully in the next episode, I'll have some works in progress for you. And if you like this kind of content, please like and share and subscribe. I'll see you next time.